Strait, a narrow passage of water connecting two seas. The effective closure of the Strait of Hormuz has choked off a fifth of the world's oil supply. Deflects, causes something to change direction, avoids dealing with a question directly. President Trump deflects questions about when to declare victory in the ongoing conflict. De-escalation, the reduction of the intensity of a conflict or potentially violent situation. While Prime Minister Carney talks de-escalation, we remind all parties of their legal responsibilities. Belligerents, nations or persons engaged in war or conflict. We remind all belligerents in this conflict of their responsibilities to adhere to international law. Postmaster, the person in charge of a post office. A four-legged postmaster in a small BC community may help to keep the rural post office open. Reiterated, to say or do something again or several times, typically for emphasis or clarity. The UK's Defence Minister reiterated they are exploring a range of options with their allies. Hostilities, acts of warfare, intense conflict. Discussions continue regarding the conditions for de-escalation and a succession of hostilities. Ramped, to increase the level or intensity of something, often used with up. Today the US ramped up its offensive against Iran with an airstrike on a major oil hub. Obliterated, completely destroyed or wiped out. Trump says the bombing raid obliterated every military target on the island. Decency, behavior that conforms to accepted standards of morality or respect. The administration chose not to wipe out the oil infrastructure for reasons of decency. Stranded, left aground or in a helpless situation. Many vessels remain virtually stranded in the narrow waterway due to the lack of preparation. Facilitate, to make an action or process easy or easier. President Macron offered to facilitate talks between Israel and Lebanon to help reach a ceasefire. Pitching, presenting or promoting an idea or product. Prime Minister Mark Carney is in Norway pitching Canada as a reliable energy alternative. Onslaught, a fierce or destructive attack. The initial attack seemed like a desperate response to the US and Israeli onslaught. Inflicting, causing something unpleasant or painful to be suffered by someone. The regime seems more interested in inflicting damage than maintaining regional stability. Decimated, to kill, destroy, or remove a large percentage or part of. Even if Iran is decimated militarily, the regime might remain in power. Appease, to pacify someone by acceding to their demands. If the international community is willing to appease Iran, the regime will continue its threats. Haze, a slight obscuration of the lower atmosphere. A dusty orange haze blanketed the Gaza Strip today as a powerful sandstorm whipped through. Makeshift, serving as a temporary substitute, sufficient for the time being. Displaced Palestinians are struggling to secure their makeshift homes in the strong winds. Encampments, a place with temporary accommodations like tents or huts. People living in encampments have been left vulnerable to the elements due to war damage. Injunction, an authoritative warning or order, especially a court order. The government told the Attorney General to seek an injunction against the demonstration. Decisively, in a manner that settles an issue convincingly. If we do not act decisively now, the cycle of hatred and violence won't stop. Allegations, a claim or assertion that someone has done something wrong. Organizers condemn those allegations, accusing the province of attempting to silence them. Solidarity, unity or agreement of feeling or action. The protest was organized to show Palestinian solidarity and criticism of current policies. Barricades, an improvised barrier erected to prevent or delay movement. Police units were stationed behind barricades to maintain order during the public demonstration. Advocacy, public support for or recommendation of a particular cause. Advocacy groups say they were told that the government is planning to pull their funding. Liberties, the state of being free within society from oppressive restrictions. The Canadian Civil Liberties Association strongly condemns the decision to defund the sites. Condemns expresses complete disapproval of, typically in public. In a statement, the association says it strongly condemns the decision to defund consumption sites. Defund, to prevent from continuing to receive funds. The plan to defund supervised consumption sites has caused significant controversy. Unprecedented, never done or known before. Communities across Canada are facing an unprecedented and toxic drug crisis. Fares, the money a passenger on public transport pays. Some airlines have already increased their fares, misspelled as fares in transcript due to rising costs. Debuted, to perform or appear in public for the first time. The team's medal streak dates back to when the event first debuted in 2006. 2006. Misogynistic, strongly prejudiced against women. A new generation is growing up with misogynistic and outdated social norms. Coinciding, occurring at or during the same time. The polling took part in a worldwide survey coinciding with International Women's Day. Psychiatrists, medical practitioners specializing in mental illness. Psychiatrists say there are concrete solutions to pull men out of toxic online cultures. Morality, principles concerning the distinction between right and wrong. Some individuals state that they do not care about the morality of the current legal situation. Lounging, lying, sitting, or standing in a relaxed or lazy way. The 10-year-old orange cat is a familiar face, normally lounging between the stores. Dubbed, to give an unofficial name or nickname to. Sid the cat has now been dubbed the honorary postmaster of the local office. Sid. Honorary, conferred as an honor, without the usual requirements. The honorary postmaster seems to be delivering exactly what the community ordered. Ridership, the number of passengers who use a particular form of transport. The station was under threat of closure because it had low ridership. Stamping, to press a mark or design onto a surface or object. While Sid won't be stamping envelopes, his role is drawing attention to the historic office. Sid.